Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and today we're going to be checking out a crafts page that should just stick with the arts and crafts and stay away from the self-defense. We're going to check them out, and we're going to break them down as we go. The videos that we're going to be breaking down today are all from a video that was put out by a page called Craft Panda, which pretty much deals with arts and crafts related content, but these particular videos they sporadically put out there, and they are utter hot steaming pile of horse dung. I mean, if like a horse dung could take a shit, and then that shit took another shit that was made up of old Indian food, that was also eaten and shit out. That's how bad these videos really are. But I digress. You know, lady's walking down the street, she's got her phone, guy tries to reach up and grab the phone, and for some reason decides that he no longer has a right arm and doesn't use it whatsoever. The idea that she's trying to do would be more like a standing kimura. But the dude clearly outweighs her by about 50 pounds. She's only using one of her arms in order to get that arm behind his back. I'm just kind of blown away by how like ridiculous the scenario is that none of them are using either one of their other hands. Like, if the dude really wanted your phone, don't you think he would use both hands? But I can promise you one thing, you're damn sure not getting his arm behind his back in that way if you're trying to do a kimura. Next scenario, lady's jogging down the street, having a good old time, getting a nice little morning sweat in for her morning run. And then here comes douchebag number one, reaches up, grabs her hair kind of for some reason, but as I watch this video, I notice he's like just kind of putting his hand on her head. He never actually truly grabs her hair. And then like, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish here by like shoving her head down. It's the weirdest scenario. Like, the scenarios are the best to me. They're just the funniest shit. But then magically, she grabs the guy's leg and just picks it up, and for some reason he would have let go of her hair. Why? Like, she never addressed the problem. The problem was if somebody reaches up and grabs your hair, which is what it was supposed to be, the hair that he never really grabbed. But why would he let go? You haven't addressed the issue, which is the grip. So like, you picked up his leg, okay, he still has your hair, he falls, you fall, now you're both on the ground and he still has a handful of hair. I don't get it. Another thing is, whenever you're going to take somebody's weight off that leg, or whenever you're going to pick someone's leg up, if you look at the video, he's leaning forward onto that leg, meaning that's where his weight would be. In order for you to take weight off of that, you would have to bump and push into him in order to pick up that leg. If not, it's going to be ridiculously heavy and you ain't picking it up. Next scenario. Ladies, for some reason, chilling, trying to get into her purse in the hood of the car. She could be looking for her keys, so I can get that, right? You're like, oh shit, I got my keys in my purse. Let me just go ahead and get that so I can get into my car. But the dude runs up. He gets her attention first. She turns around, and then he tries to grab the purse. Now, her reaction is she picks up her front foot, and she goes to push him away. Again, has not addressed the problem. The problem is he's got his hands on the purse. He's not going to just let go because you're pushing him away. So, like, you'd have to adjust the grip on the purse. Now, you might get lucky. Maybe he didn't get a good grip on it to begin with. Pushing him's not necessarily going to be a bad thing, but you're both still connected by the purse. So if he just holds onto your purse and you got to pick up your foot to push him away, he's still got your purse, so he's not going to go anywhere. It's like kind of pushing against the wall. Now, if you kicked him, that might work a little bit better, but for damn sure, that isn't going to work. Now, in this next scenario, I actually give him a little bit of credit, all right? This might not be the end-all, be-all, but it is something that would kind of work. So, lady's walking down the street, she's got her cell phone, guy runs up behind for a bear hug. The bear hug happens to be around her arms, so she doesn't have access to be able to free her arms. But he was dumb enough to kind of leave his face open without pressing against her, so there's space, and she whips her head back and hits the dude in the face. I gotta tell you, as a guy who's had plenty of broken noses, that it sucks to have your nose broken. Especially would suck if it's because of a headbutt, and it would especially suck if it was a headbutt that you did not expect because you're like, oh, I'm bigger and stronger, and she cracks you in the nose. So, I'm gonna let this one slide. I'm gonna say that that shit is going to fucking hurt if you actually did that. So, kudos, you got one. This is one that crafts pages love to put out there. 5 Minute Crafts has done one like this. I've seen most other craft pages when they do their self-defense videos do this particular technique, which is the pressure point by pressing the bicep. you might as well just put your finger like into his elbow. It's not going to do absolutely anything. It's probably more effective if you put your finger up his butthole, but you can't reach unless you have long arms in this scenario. But in any case, she grabs the dude's bicep, right? And then as she's grabbing the dude's bicep, he's in pain. No, he won't be. And he still has another hand. You're grabbing his bicep. Okay, what was his goal? Was his goal to hurt you because he already had his hand on you? He has another hand that they're not addressing. What the hell is wrong with people who make this shit? Dear Crafts Pages, if you could do me a favor, if you're gonna make content that involves martial arts, why don't you fucking get a martial artist to do it? Jesus. But I digress. It ends up, she actually Rochambeaus the dude also in the groin, which I gotta say, obviously is not gonna feel great. Is it the end all be all? There's a lot of factors, right? If he's got baggy pants on, or you hit him and sometimes it doesn't affect you. See, testicles are weird. Sometimes you get cracked and it won't hurt, and sometimes you'll get barely touched and you'll drop to your knees. So yeah, kicking to the groin's an effective technique, but the bicep thing, dude, get the fuck out of here with that shit. He's also got the other hand. Like, you think he's not gonna try to hit you with the other hand? Oh my God. This is an interesting one. For some reason, this lady is always on her goddamn cell phone. This lady needs to learn how to look up and see the sunshine and rainbows and enjoy some life. But I digress. She's on her cell phone. She's, you know, talking about whatever it is she's talking about. The dude runs up, grabs the cell phone. But what's really fascinating to me is, again, he doesn't use his other hand. Is she getting attacked by a dude whose left arm or right arm just doesn't work all the time? Is that the scenario we're playing out here? Because that's what it seems like, because it's utter ridiculousness. And then she pulls her arm up and bites the dude in the arm. Gotta tell you, not gonna feel good. But let's toss out a scenario here, all right? He was gonna take your cell phone, all right? You're fighting for your cell phone. That's what he was obviously grabbing for here. As you're fighting for your cell phone, you bite him, and let's say he has AIDS or he has some type of contagious disease that you can catch through blood. Guess what? You now have that. Thanks, congratulations for your, let's say it's an expensive phone. Let's say you spent $1,000 on your phone, right? Now you have a disease that you'll never get rid of. Was it worth it? I don't think so. But biting, of course, you might not necessarily break the skin, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of factors, right? But would this necessarily be a go-to at this particular moment? No. Also, you bite the dude. He's still got another hand. You don't think that dude's gonna punch you in the face? I think so. Now, this next one actually is kind of hit or miss. It's fucking dumb, but it's hit or miss, right? The guy, again, he's trying to steal something. He's grabbing her backpack. And then the solution here in this particular video is to act like a fucking lunatic and scream and do whatever it is going on. Like, the dude just stands there for a second watching how idiotic this lady is and shocked that she's so dumb, and then he just leaves. Now, this is why I say it's hit or miss. Her making noise, her drawing attention to herself, her being active while he's trying to steal something, all of those things are actually going to be good for you. You know, you're going to get attention from people. Maybe somebody comes and helps, like some of the news stories that I've been reading about in the last couple Wednesdays in McDojo News. So that part's good, but I gotta tell you, if that dude really wants that backpack and you do that crap, he's getting it. I will also say that there's nothing more important in that backpack than your life, right? Your life is more important than whatever could be in that backpack. You can get a new phone, you can get more money, you can cancel your credit cards, but there'll never be another you. So in that case, I mean, if you feel like your life's in danger, just give up the fucking backpack. So she's laying on the ground. This dude has his hands around her throat. Again, why, right? What's his goal? Is his goal to rape her? Well, if his goal is to rape her, he's going to have a hard time that with his pants and her pants on. So is his goal just to choke her? Okay, well, let's see what she does. In order to stop the choke, she throws her legs over her head and for some reason pushes the dude away. Like, she's holding on to him at that point, if you notice, right? She's holding on to his arm. He's no longer choking her. And she's kind of kicking him away, but like that whole time she's kind of holding on to him. That's not an armbar. It seems like that's what they were going for here, was some type of an armbar. That's not an armbar. That's not how you execute an armbar, right? You turn onto your hip. You kind of ebby out. You keep that arm, yes, of course, you keep the arm. But if you notice, as she's applying the armbar, she's not got her hips in. There's tons of space. Her hip's really high above his elbow, so that's not going to cause any real damage or pressure to his arm. Like, she was probably better off just kicking this dude away, because that is the shittiest armbar I've ever seen. This is why you should be hiring people who know what the fuck they're doing when you do your fucking defense videos. All of you craft pages, every one of you pages that do arts and crafts, if you can hear this shit, that kind of stuff is going to get people hurt. So, final scenario from what it seems. Lady's outside her house, she's messing around with a purse, next thing you know, she's abducted. That's gotta suck. Now that she's abducted though, they have her hands and her mouth duct taped. So she's duct taped at the wrist, duct taped at her mouth, and she uses an underwire, a bra underwire, in order to break through the duct tape and to take it off her mouth and to get away. All right, which is kind of an interesting thing. There's actually a lot of easy ways to get duct tape off, and we're gonna cover a few of those right now. But what if you're a dude? Like, oh shit, where's my underwire? What if you don't wear a bra? Oh shit, what if your bra doesn't have an underwire? There's so many things, right? So like, why would you make this particular video when you can make so many other videos? So unfortunately, this is gonna suck real bad for me. But I'm gonna show you just a couple ways to actually break some of that duct tape. So, shit, I'm duct taped. What do I do? Well, depending on the amount of duct tape, the first thing I'm gonna try is I'm gonna put my knee in this little crack here, and I'm gonna try to do what duct tape naturally does, which is rip. You can take duct tape, you can tear it with your teeth, or you can rip it apart. So let's see if that works. We're just gonna take our knee, we're gonna put it between this little crack here, and we're gonna push. Let's see here. So we're gonna take our knee, we're gonna put it in this little crack, and we're gonna push and pull. And it comes up, right? Ow, that ripped all the hairs out of my arm. Now, let's say it's on there way too good and you're not able to get the tape off. Well, one thing you can do is you could use your teeth to find the edge of the tape and slowly start unraveling it, or you can actually just start biting through the tape. And I know that sounds, man, what if it's really on there? You're gonna have to do it a layer at a time. It's not gonna be the easiest thing in the world, but if you don't have anything handy, duct tape is meant to tear. So if you can find the edge of the duct tape, you can actually get your teeth in there and start tearing it and biting it open. Right? So, something else to think about. Also, just for your amusement, God damn it. Ah, fuck, that doesn't feel good at all. Quick like a bandit. Ow! Oh, god damn it. Shit. Ow! Why have I done this to myself? Can you see the little... fucking arm hair. All right, here's the time of the video where I get to find out who actually watched to the end. So if you actually watch this video all the way through, I want you to do me a favor. Whenever you make a comment on today's video, I want you to add the word blue at the end of your sentence, just to see a little experiment who actually watches these videos all the way to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Arts and crafts pages, you guys need to stick with arts and crafts. If you're going to make content that's martial arts related like that, I definitely would suggest that you go find someone who actually knows martial arts, who's good at what they do, to help you. Don't just make shit up, because people are watching you and they're gonna follow what you say. Also, if you have anything to say to me directly, you're more than welcome to talk to me. I go live on Instagram every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday starting at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I let anyone join to chit chat. You're more than welcome to talk to me there. Maybe you don't like something that I put out. Talk to me there, right? If you're just in the comment section chit chatting and you actually start to be negative, and you don't want to talk face-to-face, I am just going to consider you an internet troll, and I'm going to ignore you or I'm going to delete you. That's just how this goes. But I am an open book, so if anybody actually wants to have a conversation about martial arts, you actually have something legitimate to say, just talk to me there. I'm an open book. You can talk to me anytime you want. All right, guys? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. I let anyone join Instagram Live. Thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all that other crap people online tell you to do. Keep the martial arts legit.